Hello, this is Lost in Character, your host, and today I'm going to be playing some Legendary Tales. Now, you know, when you die and you find your body and your old stuff at the graveyard, you say a few words. The old Lost in Character was a great man. He was a great warrior and should be honored for years to come. But the new Lost in Character, yes. The new Lost in Character is cooler, more agile, more awakened to life. Anyway, guys, if you're following me for the first time, or if you're watching me for the first time, please follow the stream. I guess I just had a dagger. That's just what I went out with. Let's see what else is in my stash. Okay. Take the Targa. Morning Star. We'll take the bearded axe. Axe with the beard. Take the long sword. I suppose the claymore. The war hammer. And that's it. A wand in case I want to be Harry Potter. I suppose I should take this Morning Star. It's quite good. And what else is on my head? Let's see. All good, all good. Okay. Well. The base lard. It's a nice base of lard, you know. You gotta have a nice lard base going on, and then you move on from there. All right, broadsword. There's nothing broad about this thing at all. I shall start with just the broadsword. All right, guys. So, if you haven't watched me before, I am a real-life fencer, as you can see behind me. The weapons behind me, they are all practice weapons. I use them every week. I do sparring and tournaments. I'm a part of the HEMA community, which is Historical European Martial Arts. And I am a student of the Bolognese fencing. It comes from a time of the Renaissance in Italy, in Bologna. Several masters that we recreate their works. Oh, is this the gates of heaven? No, damn it, it's the gates of hell. Fuck. Hello, skeletons. I'll soon be dead like you. Anyway, so there's a couple things that I like to refer to when I'm doing a stream, when I'm fighting with weapons. That's body mechanics, and what the old masters called body mechanics is basically the idea of guards. It's fencing guards. So I'm right-handed, so my dominant shoulder is my right shoulder. So there's two guards that I talk about. There is the iron gate, where your dominant shoulder's forward, your arms straight, your points forward. This is how you defend yourself in the iron gate, which I'll get to in a sec. And then there's the long tail, whereas when your dominant shoulder and your cord is behind you. Ugh. Get out of here, cord. So the long tail, like the iron gate, dominant shoulder forward, long tail, dominant shoulder backwards. Now you're probably thinking, why do I need to know this stuff? Well, nobody fights like this. You don't fight like this square to your enemy. You wouldn't do it in a fist fight. In a fist fight, you'd probably be like this, right? Your power hand, your dominant hand backwards, ready to step forward and deliver a powerful punch. Well, the same way it works with weapons fighting. You don't just stand there and swing, because that's going to throw your joints out. That's going to be awkward. What you want to do is you want to turn your body. First of all, in real life, that makes you a slender target. Right? You lose some targetness on you. But at the same time, this is how body mechanics work. When you swing a sword forward, if your dominant shoulder's backwards and you swing, whether you step or not, your dominant shoulder moves back and forth following the strike. So hence the idea of guards. So now in a guard, iron gate's here, long tail is here. Now see how I'm holding it up towards my chest area, to my navel and my chest. That's because I'm not going to have it down here. It doesn't really do anything for me. Down here in the iron gate, it is by my kind of knee or navel. Here it's a little higher. So you think about your ability to use this weapon. It's going to kind of depend on the position of your shoulder, right? So back here, you can step forward and deliver a powerful strike or thrust. Here, you're more defensive. That's why it's called the iron gate, because you have a gate that shall not be penetrated. So there's basically there's some. All right, I'm just going to go over this and then I'll get into the fighting. But there's some basic things you should know as far as how to defend yourself, and that's if you divide the body into 4 sections: below your belt, above your belt, left and right. We'll take the iron gate first, but they're both the same. Iron gate, long tail, doesn't matter. Anything coming above your waist, you're going to defend in this kind of cone of defense. Now see, my point is forward, and my arm is straight here. It's out towards the enemy. So if I'm receiving a cut from this direction, it's an easy defense. If I'm receiving a cut from this direction, it's an easy defense this way. This way you can defend your entire body. You can even go up here. This is the guard of the unicorn. But yeah, think about this. Anywhere above your waist, you have this to work with. If it's coming below your waist, now most strikes are going to come from the right, so hence your left if you're facing an enemy. So this is going to be your most common strike area up here, your upper left gate. But if it comes low, what you're going to do is you're going to turn your wrist over and move it to the outside. And this actually, you can bring this, you can do this defense above your waist too. And the best follow-up attack for a counterattack at this point, when your hands pointed, or your points pointed toward the floor, is to turn over. So you block, turn over. Above your waist, you can block stab or block cut. Doesn't matter which side. So yeah, if it's coming low, turn your point down, and you move it to the outside. And if it happens to come to your lower right gate, you just kind of turn your wrist out, which is pretty easy. It doesn't happen very often. Yeah, for me to attack someone in their lower right gate like I'm doing here, I would basically have to attack down there, and it's just not going to happen. I'd rather attack from my right side, meaning your left, or my right side high, meaning your left high. So yeah, so iron gate, you have basically this side, it's coming low, you have this, and you have this. The same thing applies with the long tail, or Kodalunga. But this time your sword's on this side, so if it's coming to your left, right, most common strikes, you're going to have to turn your body. You can almost always step and switch. So you have the same cone of defense when you're in Kodalunga, or when your dominant shoulder is backwards. And then you also have the same defenses on the bottom. So it's coming low, turn your wrist over, move it to the outside. See how my shoulder goes forward here, and then obviously if it's coming low that way, that's pretty easy. So that's all you need to know as far as the defenses and the guards. So I shall start doing combat. First I shall start with the basic sword. Now this is more of a rapier, not really my style, I'm more of a cutter, but this is a very stabbing weapon. So like I said, everything applies, and as I find more weapons, I will use them. Oh, here we go. Someone on the chat. The text is quite large. It's hard to read. The 4 gates. Explain good. Lesson order good. All right. Yes. My orcish followers are paying attention. Yes. So, skeleton, sir. I see you have armor there. How would you like to fence against my steel armor? See? That was lower, right? Ah, see, I should have gotten that. I was a little slow. When I was up here, he was coming from the upper left. I should have turned and caught it in time, but I was a little slow. Just getting warmed up. A blue egg. Yes, a quite fancy shield. I much like the square buckler, or the targa, as the Italians prefer it, but ooh, I'm gonna have to get to that gold thing. My toes are quite cold. They're getting a little numb. I'm used to mining Ethereum in this room. It's very hot all the time. So, oh, he froze me. Also, guys, actually, my skills somehow got deleted, my skill tree. Got 28 skill points. Don't know what to do with them. I spent them and I didn't like how I spent them. I'm not going to waste time trying to go through all these and decide what I want. Really, I want some, what is it? Vitality. I want more vitality. Oh, wait. I got points down here and points down here. Alright, that's why I'm so bad. I lost all of my vitality points. I think with an update, they repathed everyone's skills. They must have updated something. And I have to choose again. But I always choose vitality and strength. As you can see, I'm quite hardy and quite strong. That's about it. Don't have much intelligence, no. Not needed on the battlefield. Except to tally-ho with an enemy. The egg, yes, the eggs. They all drop eggs. And if you're with a multiplayer, you try to throw them and catch them. If you drop the egg, you don't get the weapon. Alright, so I have a buckler here. I'm going to put that away. Actually, I won't. So, first I'm going to actually put it away, yes. Alright, so this big guy, this big skeleton, he's got like some kind of freezing ability. Oh shit. See, I'm stuck. Alright, I am going to use the buckler. I will explain how to use it afterwards. I'm stuck. I'm frozen. Leave me alone. Get back, goblin. Frozen again. Alright, so I'll probably get frozen more, but oh, alright. Okay, so time to put this away. Alright, you can see the basic defenses. Yep, up here, you can turn over and turn it over again. Ah, you froze me, you bastard. Do I have any gold at all? 116 gold. Can I buy potions from you, sir? Seems you're fresh out of potions. Oh yes, this is the potion master over here. Severus! Tally-ho. How much are your expensive potions? They're too much for me. Shit. I've got nothing left. And I will say this level's maybe, I've been playing this with my buddy, Virtuous Reality. Uh-oh. So they do come to your lower right gate. Get back, foul beast. Alright, let me try to get in a... Let me try to fence you, man. Get out of my space. You keep freezing me. Alright, so... So one of my favorite moves while not being frozen he's just got a long reach. Okay. So one of my favorite moves from not being frozen is the double I'm going to talk about this after I kill this motherfucker. Or perhaps I shall kill him with the move. What? That was quite embarrassing. I really should have chosen a lower level for this. Alas, I'm an idiot. Anyway, for the sake of teaching and continuing the discussion, I shall use a dagger. Sure. So, one of my favorite moves is the double. This is a right. It's called a mandrito in Italian. It's coming. It's basically. Oh no, this is reverso. Sorry. Mandrito is right. Reverso is left. So, if you make a block here, basically anytime your palm is one direction, whether it be up or whether it be down, you can turn it over and make a cut. So if it's up, you turn it over this way. If it's down, you turn it over this way. And you can actually stab or do any of those and kind of string those combos together. But one of my favorite moves, if you do make a block on the most common area of attack, you'll basically do a double reverso. So you'll come across, turn over, and then come diagonally. It works perfectly. You can block, bop, bop. Looks smooth and sexy, and it works quite well. Somehow he just died at the fact of me coming back to life. He didn't want to live anymore. So, yes, that's how that went. And I hope I don't just keep dying this whole time. Perhaps I should switch to a low level for instructional purposes. I shall use that again. A golden egg! Ooh! Solved without a point. Okay. First, we went to the basics. Let's go to the sword and buckler now. So, I showed you most of the defenses in the Iron Gate and the Long Tail. Another egg. Don't want you anymore. Basically, when you have something like the Long Tail without a weapon, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because you're a little more exposed. It will happen at the end of the cut. But, oh, give me your eyes. Get out of here. So, as I was saying, so when you have a buckler, basically the purpose of the long tail guard is when you have a secondary thing in your hand, whether it be a weapon or a dagger, a shield, doesn't matter. This is closer to your enemy. This increases your cone of defense. And basically the way you want to treat this is an extension of your other hand. So if the attack's coming up here, you're going to want to block together. So your cone of defense is basically, it maintains this. If it's coming low, well, now you have double defense. You got low with the weapon and then high with the shield. Same thing down here. So you're going to want to use this together. And the Iron Gate, it's the same way, except now your shield shoulder is backwards, so you don't have as much differential. See how that changes? But you still want to maintain that same cone of defense and the same position. And you want your arms straight and your arms straight and your shield out. Arm straight, point forward on this end. But you don't want to fight like this. This does nothing for you. But like this. Track their weapon with your eyes. All the great Renaissance masters said, to know what your opponent is about to do, focus on his sword hand. See that double reverse strike? It's a little close quarters in here. They're here, and then yeah, too close of quarters. You get the idea. In this case, I would probably just do a strike, cut, into a stab, and back into Portrait of Pharaoh. See, I talk about the Iron Gate and the long tail, but this is actually the guard of the unicorn, is when your point is up. And I really like this guard a lot. You can basically do anything from it. You can cut from this, well, let me get out of all the way here. Cut from this direction. You can cut from this direction. Well, it's a little harder, but you can do that. That's pretty easy. I'm trying to make it fancy. Oh! Come here, you. You just shank him. Prison shank. That's the prison shank. That's what they call that. I'm trying to get that double reverso that I was talking about. So most likely it's going to happen in the Iron Gate, because the Iron Gate is great for reverse cuts. Give me a normal right-handed attack, please. Phase, I'm trying to instruct. Ooh, what was that move you did? Alright, here we go. So, without the buckler, this obviously looks the same. Alright, here we go. Square up to the camera. So from here, I'm just going to stab, probably turn it over, maybe turn it over this way. Alright, come on, Give me right here. Alright, he's not going to pay. I guess I could save a bow. No, I don't want it. Okay, so I was going to show you the double reverso. If you're blocking it here, you obviously want to either stab or cut, and you can chain those together. You can either cut, stab, or you can stab, cut. That works pretty well. If it comes low, and you here you're rising into the same. So this is called the imbrocata, a downward thrust, where you basically turn into Porta di Ferro. So this works. You can turn it into a cut. It can be a stab this way, or it can be a cut this way. So stabbing here, or parrying here, stab, cut. You can chain those together. And then you can take sips of gin. The dog. It's a Scotty. And then you can, of course, stab and cut barrels and stuff. Okay, so I've gone, I guess, pretty in depth with the single-handed sword. I'll use the sword and buckler a little bit, and then I'll probably switch it up to a two-handed weapon. I'm still earning some gold. You, sir. Oh, actually you. See, I increase my chances of defending the blow if I keep my arm and my sword together, or my shield and my sword together. Long tail. Oh, he went low. Which one of you is next? Oh, you're inviting me? See, that's normally this is basically the idea of larga. It's a low guard. Oh, he responded in kind. So if your point's low, you're inviting, and that's kind of in real life. But it's just a short distance to where you would block from Porta di Ferro. So what people do in real fencing is they keep their point low, like they're tired, like they're exposed, and then they do some crazy counter and tricksy shit. My toes are cold. I believe I should get some socks. Oh! What am I holding? 27, 33, you are worthless. Alright, I'm actually going to put some socks on because it's cold in here, man. Yes, excuse me. My apologies. I must don some leg warmers. Yes. Okay, so where was I? I don't know. I must have came in that direction. Continue on. Ooh, nice bench. Time to sit and enjoy. Might as well have some gin on this bench. Ah, yes. All this killing and this nonsense of fighting in dungeons is just tiring. To be in this business, you must have a sense of adventure. Ooh, health. Gimme, gimme, gimme. More health. I guess magic. Yes. More health and magic. So, if anyone would like to request a weapon, eventually please let me know. I shall continue with the sword and buckler for now. Prison shank. Alright. Yeah, so think about any position that your hand's in. You can either, let's say I stabbed here, right? Like I was saying with your palm, my palm's facing out. So I can turn my palm in by making a cut. Well, I can also rotate my wrist and basically return my palm to the original position. Or I can just stab. So in any place that your sword's in, you can essentially make a cut. But, you know, what most ignorant peasants do is they do this. Instead of this. Long tail. Alright, so come down here and face me like a skeleton man you are. The long tail. And it doesn't matter what weapon you're using, the idea of Iron Gate and Longtail always essentially hold the same merits. It's all dependent. Oh, you laugh at me, sir. I laugh at you. That was way too far away from me. So one of my other favorite one of my favorite moves is to block, point down, and then turn over. It works especially well if it's coming low. But it can also come high, and you can just move it up. That's a very quick counterattack. I see I knocked him back by parrying him. Oh, move to my far inside. So one move I like to do is to stab and around the head. I'm cornered, so stab and then all the way around. Bop, bop. You can even come back up this way. See, this is 2 golden eggs. Ooh, spear. Now we're talking. And a scimitar. Don't need this. Bye. Those are cool looking, but I have a square one that I much prefer. And yes, what else do I have? Executioner sword, Kauzablaga, arming sword. I wish I could find one of these that was my level. That's the low level there. I'll hold on to it either way. Well, this Queendia is the base lord. The base lord wins. Wait. Yes, base lord definitely wins. Goodbye. You gotta have a nice base of lord. Especially to be a knight, you must have plenty of lord. Long sword. Executioner sword. Alright, this one is a medium. Let's get out of here. Quite enough. Quite enough sorting. Let's take this. So, okay, I'll show you how to use a single-edged weapon. And actually, let's go with the spear. We'll save the spear. We'll save the spear. So, actually, I need something on my back. So let's go with the two-handed weapon. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Longsword. There we go. Level 27. That'll work. All right. So, not to get too teachy, but the guards with the two-handed sword are basically the same as the one-handed sword. So down here you have the iron gate. With the two-handed weapon, you have the iron gate here. Same thing applies. You have your upper defenses, and then your lower defenses are the same. You just have to cross your arm or swing it out this way. And that works basically on both sides. And there's a little bit different mechanics. There's a lot more kind of, if I cut from this way and I'm going to cut from this way again, I do that, or I do this. And you have to basically move this in, together, which is pretty easy in VR because you can basically just cut your own head off, do this, but in real life it would be this. It would be a pie. But still good mechanics to consider when you're fighting virtual enemies. And then of course you get this. More money, more gold, more health. Yes, all good things. Ooh, dare I drop down? This might be how I get to the golden thing. No, this is not how I get to anything. This is just wasting my time. You're small, I don't like you, I have other daggers. Now I shall climb. Again, if you guys are watching for the first time, please give me a follow on the stream. Also, you might be watching on YouTube. This is the second time I've streamed to Twitch, YouTube, and excuse me. Also Twitter now. So my Twitter is not very. I'm not very cool. Okay. Two-handed sword. Bad example. Ooh. I need to warm up with this weapon. Yeah, so make sure when you're in VR, you really turn your wrist down when you do these kind of blocks. I tend to do like this, and it doesn't quite get that low. And what's nice about Blade and Sword, or Legendary Tales versus Blade and Sorcery, is you can't do this in Blade and Sorcery. You can't move the pommel and keep your right arm stationary. you basically have to tilt your wrist, which I'm going to make a video about that. If they haven't fixed it already, I'm hoping that they fix it. If not, it's just so annoying. Okay. Enough gib gab. Let's get on with it. Oh. This is a alright. Oh, and you. It's your leg. Well, in case you fight with a leg and a sword. I just buried him with his own leg, with the other guy's leg. Also, I don't like fighting on stairs in this game. It's a little glitchy. This is my shield. Oh, I can parry with the leg. And he killed me. Well, you know, using a leg is not a great defense. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but perhaps I have gold. I've got quite a lot of gold. I can buy myself potions, yes. Oh, more potions than I need. Wait a minute. Oh, I see. Am I out? I just spent all my gold. Okay. That works. I guess it's more gin for the road. Not all gin, some tonic in there too. So drinks a lot. Reporting for duty. Wait. Must be how I get to that golden scepter. Yeah. I must achieve the gold. Oh wait, my body is back there. Shit. Well. Next time. Well, actually, let's use the spear. So a spear, you basically have two guards as well. This is your Porta di Ferro, where if it's, you're basically, it's coming low, you kind of raise up, knock it out. It's coming high, you do this, and you're not really ever gonna do this. So the spear, you basically want to have your body in Porta di Ferro the whole time. High or low, high, and then you could even flick it this way. It's basically like a two-handed sword, a really long two-handed sword. But you're going to want to maintain your iron gate in this. You two, how did you get in there? I've walked around this old compound. I don't understand it. There's a downstairs, approachable from some other direction, yes. Okay. One enemy. I'm not very good with the spear, but... This is just a stabbing weapon. Or from here, I would just go back in, right? If it comes high, you just turn your body cross your arms like a two-handed sword, and then just stab back to Portobello Pharaoh. Or if it's coming low, you basically do that by rising and going back. So basically, the spear, you're going to be doing this the whole time. And actually, I don't know if you can't really. Oh, you can. Oh, if you hold the button on here, you can basically go low. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. I didn't know you could do that. So you want good foam grip. Well, I'll face you, and then I'll go back and see if I can get to the golden thing. Oh, this is fun. Alright, this is Sparta. Oh, he's tiny. I don't want the tiny. I don't want the tiny. Blue egg. Small round buckler. We'll do that. We'll throw that one in the queue. Let's get to my golden thing. Seems only accessible from certain corridors. Perhaps this way shall be the one. Wait. Can I just walk in? No. You must be joking. Sorry, folks. No. Can't go down below, but perhaps that side. My apologies. I didn't know you could slide it. That's pretty nice. So you probably want to keep your hand about here, towards the end. I mean, you can actually. So if this was a Warhammer, I would have it up here. I'd be able to do a strike here. That's a strike here. And yeah, essentially you could swing into this, into your Portobello Pharaoh, and then if it's coming low, you do one of these and block. But you would have, Warhammer. You're probably looking at about mid shaft blocks, stabs, strikes. You don't really do this. You don't really cross your arms like that. So you'd probably come up and swing across and come back down, or stab. They don't really have like a very Warhammer-y type of weapon in this game, but I'm much enjoying the spear. And yes, let me get rid of my target. So I actually don't really fight with a shield and a spear, but I know that the Bolognese do it pretty much like this. You can do either one. You can do overhand grip, or you can do like underhand grip. I'm gonna stick with kind of the Spartan-y type of feel. And we'll see how this works. I've never really sparred with this. You can see I have a rotella, this large shield here. I've never used the partition and rotella together. Alright, never mind. There's my body. There's much enjoying that spear, so let's continue. Actually, no, I'll keep it on my hip. And up. Harvester, salute. Name that movie. If you name that movie, I'll do a dance. And up. Harvester, salute. Most of you will not think of it. I think I already have one of these. Oh. She's gonna shoot me through the fucking... Oh, okay. There we go. So obviously with the spear, you probably want to keep some distance. Which I'm not doing very well. Oh, okay, so I remember the other kind of block. I dislodged my own self. So, what I meant to display earlier, so you have low blocks, you've got high blocks, obviously. You can even block a little this way. But if it's coming kind of over here, you can basically, you can do one of these. And you bend your arm, bring your back arm over your head, and that's kind of how you get defend your head. If it's coming to your head, it's hard to intercept that when you're like this. So just do a, basically like you're blocking down, but bend your arm, you can even get further. And yes, that's how you do it. Go. Oh. That works pretty well. This is probably like the second or third time I've ever used a spear in this game. I played the crap out of this game when it first came out, and they didn't have spears, but I got to the very end, and I was trying to beat the boss. I actually have a video that I should upload from the OG boss. They might have changed him, but it was pretty darn hard, I will say. Me and Virtuous Reality tried a couple times. We kind of figured it out, but we never beat it, and then they updated the game and kicked everyone back to level 1, so... No! This can't be the end of the level, it's ridiculous. Oh, apparently it is. Well, I shall continue on with harder enemies, I suppose. And more deaths, possibly. Ooh, one lone dagger. More base lards? I already got one base lard. Wait, no. Oh, there's another base lard. Yeah. 2 base lards. Wait. Equip 1 here. 1 here. Let's try this out. Actually, no. This is a good time for me to do sword and dagger. So I'll just Morty, just make a portal right by the end, and we'll just keep going. You did it, Morty. Good, good, good. I'm gonna do double daggers for a second, and then I'm gonna show you sword and dagger. And actually, I need to do two weapons finding. I gotta do all this shit. Which is my base load, my base load. I got my main base load and my side base load. Well, that wasn't very far from the entrance, now was it? This level is bullshit. I demand a replay. Honestly, I feel like these levels are, they're not randomly generated, but they are, the pieces of them might be shuffled. That's a dead end. Like, the level's huge. The level's a lot bigger than what I've shown you. Obviously, this is just the right way to go, because I have a sixth sense for danger and avoiding it. Wait a minute. No, fuck me. I must get to you. More stuff this way, yes. Another base load. This one's better than that one. So, goodbye. Alright, so. I don't really fight with double daggers, but definitely don't do it on the stairs. You're gonna want to keep your daggers together. This is not gonna go down. All right, I'm gonna switch sword and dagger because of that. Nothing base about that lot. It was quite horrible. Well, we're coming up on an hour here. I'll probably keep going for a little bit. And you know, if you are watching, give me a follow. Check out my YouTube, Lost in Character. I go into the guards. I have a basic video that's very funny. And you know, kind of carry on and such. Some people probably find me quite annoying. No. Peons, they are. Ooh, okay, so let's go with an axe. So axes, the way you want to use them in real life or the video game, is you basically, instead of doing a full swing, you kind of want to do a swing and a draw. And you can do that. It's going to cause damage in the game, but if you want the authentic feel, you extend your arm out and then you draw it into yourself, creating kind of a cleaving motion, and you can actually hear the cleaving sound in the game. Wait, let me try to. Oh, don't know my own strength, I guess. So that's the way to beat the level. I'm gonna go this way to my body. To my body. I'm actually gonna fight with. Why not fight with two? Oh, Warhammer. That's okay. Probably a little different. So this doesn't have a stabby. This has a stabby. So I would basically use both of these like I would a single-handed weapon. Except this doesn't have a stab point. This one does. and I haven't really gone into two-handed weapon fighting. All right. So see that nice. I'm guessing this is bludgeoning side. This is slicing side. This is not where my body was. Oh, running away. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of the Warhammer for now. It's throwing me off. That's where I started. Ah, man, this is like... Sorry, guys. I should just go to the next dungeon. You know what? Next death, I'm just going to go to the next one. No. There we go. Yes. This way. Anyone on the chat? Give me a shout. Alright, 1 axe. So the way you want to block with an axe is basically like the way you want to block with a sword. Is you know, I'm still in the Iron Gate here. Here I can kind of see. I do the draw. It's a little bit less range. But this works great for the axe, especially since it's so short. You can basically do this all up and down your body. And you could block with something with an axe here and just turn it over, but I like to block here like you would do with the handle and then turn it over. That's your classic low attack, turn over. Stuff. Oh, drop the egg. There we go. Another spear. I already have a spear. So what I would suggest, if you're fighting with an axe, you probably want to use a buckler. At least something. Unless you're just that barbarian. So, okay. Getting ahead of myself here, so. Alright. So, obviously with any single-handed weapon, you're going to use that as you would. And with a buckler, you're going to use that in tandem. So now with a dagger, you're basically going to, well, okay, let me back up. Let me get these things out of the way. Get out of the way. Alright, stuff. Okay. Another axe. Okay, so let me use 2 swords so I can better explain my point. Equip that and equip that. Alright, so you know how I was talking about the alright, well, we'll switch these hands. Nope. Alright, so the one-handed weapon, you have your iron gate and your long tail. The way two-handed weapon fighting works is basically one is in your gate and one is in your tail. This is my gate, this is my tail. If I switch the direction of my body, doesn't matter. This is my gait, this is my tail. So the one in front is going to be mostly defensive. You want to focus on doing one of the 4 defenses. So now it's reversed, right? So you have up here, but if it's coming down here, you would turn and do this. If it's coming down here, you would do this. So that's opposite of this, right? So turning here, outside, outside. So this is how you want to think about it is, you're facing off of somebody or an enemy, and this is you want to focus on the defense in your outside hand or your iron gate, and then you can do a follow-up attack or stab, doesn't matter what it is. But basically the way that this works is you want to use these not at the same time unless it's to deflect. But if you block and then you attack, or you parry, stab. So you kind of want to use these independently, and that it takes some practice. So what I suggest if you want to learn 2-weapon fighting is you have your dominant hand in the long tail and your non-dominant hand in the iron gate. So you basically one-handed, you would be in the long tail anyway. Let me actually get rid of this because that's. Oh, you know what? It don't matter. This is my pairing weapon anyway. It doesn't matter if it's level 20. I'm still gonna use it. It'll parry just fine. All right. So in that case, I would do both. I attack and then attack. Oh, you cut through my defense there. So you want to focus on getting that parry. And if you have mental capacity to strike with this after you've made the parry, do it. But you might as well just fight left-handed. Practice that. It's the same thing. Alright? So, with two-handed weapon, you basically keep one out of the way. But now you can make double strikes. Attack, 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 attack. Parry, attack, stab. See how that works? Come here. You can also put this in the unicorn. You can be in the long tail of the unicorn. Oh. And sometimes, I mean, in real life, they would parry with both. If you're in this position and a powerful right-handed attack is coming to your left, you would basically do this. Not that. You wouldn't do that. You would powerful strike is coming from your left, which is most right-handed strikes. Damn it. So, are you quite finished? So, powerful right-handed attack, you basically turn this way, and you would double parry, but then one can basically, you can step forward, drive it in, while the other one's ready to kind of carry away. And you don't want to hit yourself, right? So like, if this was driving in, you would basically, and then this would come back here, and then this would go over the top. It's kind of complicated explaining two weapons fighting, but you essentially are fighting with one. You'd fight the same way you would fence with one weapon, but now you have two. All right, this is a perfect example, the perfect chance for me to use the sword and dagger. So it doesn't matter if it's a sword or dagger. You're kind of dealing with the same mechanic. This is my gate, and because the dagger is shorter, you almost want it to be your gate or your shield most of the time. You want to parry that, parry that. You never really use the dagger all that close quarters. You want to parry with, it's called the parrying dagger for a reason. You want to parry it and then do your strike, or you can parry step or parry cut, or parry stab, parry cut. Well, that, you know that. One of the best defenses, whether you're having two swords, a sword and a dagger, or what, is an X going up or an X going down. Most of the time when you're tied up, this is a great defense. It's just if you don't really know what angle it's coming and things are crazy, just do the X. Oh, wow, that's some fancy shit. Alright, so in this case you want to focus on parrying with this instead of stabbing with it. You don't want to focus on trying to get up close and stab. You want to be able to parry with this thing. And honestly, this base load is I've had quite enough. I'm going with the Katzbalger. Yes, the Katzbalger is much better. But this is a good opportunity to use. Oh. Alright, so I'm actually going to use a single-handed or a single-edged weapon. So I don't really use the other edge a whole lot in the VR. The false edge parry is great, and honestly, so getting ahead of myself. So one of the best cuts, one of the best moves you can do in the game, or any game, or in life, is called the ribbon cut, where you go up and down, almost in like a breast cancer style ribbon, right? So use that a lot. And you can parry this and turn it over. I don't use those a lot because they're kind of cheap. I'm just showing you how you think to parry, but you know, it's double here, reverso. That's just a single-handed. Oh, and then you hit your hand on the wall. See, that was up here. So a lot of times, this is just all just free association, tons of information. But if an enemy strikes twice from one, if it strikes one gate, like let's say your upper left gate, most common strikes, unless they are sword master, they can go here, like, you know, like I know how to do. They're not going to attack the same gate twice. So usually what it means is if an enemy attacks once from one gate, they're probably going to do the opposite side, if not the opposite gate. So if they attack, you know, your high left, you're gonna 100% bet they're gonna come from your right, your high right, or your low right. So here, this is a great defense. You block here, turn it over here. You basically cover everything, and you bring it up, so you basically cover low and high. This is also, you know, most of the time what I do, because that's just a reaction. You don't expect it to come low. But if you see that they're making a second strike and you parried the first one, just turn your arm over and sweep it out that way. You'll usually block it that way. With a single edge weapon, it works basically like, your defense will kind of like the axe, right? So instead of the curl and draw, you're not going to use the back of an axe. So okay, I'm getting that. Close quarters, your arm is doing something there. I should have just cut his arm off. Alright, let me adjust my play space. Okay, so this thing is definitely migrated. Alright. Back in the fray. Actually, it's time for more ale. Gin is gone. Why is gin gone? It's not gone. Alright. So, where was I? Alright. So you basically have the single-edged weapon, which I'll just use. I won't complicate it here. Single-edged weapon like a katana, which actually use a katana with 2 hands. You could use either. You could use 2 hands or 1 hand, but I digress. You want to focus on the cuts. Yeah, there's some stab with this, but same way you would focus on cutting with an axe. You basically, if you do a block instead of resulting to a stab, do a cut and then maybe another cut from the same side, or a cut and then. So you want to follow the direction of your shoulder. So if your shoulder's cutting this way, it's going from backwards to forwards. It's easier to step, change your feet and make a cut with your shoulder in the same direction than it is necessarily to come back, because that throws you off balance. In real life, in VR, you can get away with it. You can be a little more squared up. You can kind of do the hack and slash, but you're going to get tired of that. I guarantee you, if you hack and slash in these games, you're going to get tired of it. It's not going to be fun. You're not going to feel like you're cool, or you're making parries, or you're a sword master, or anything like that. And if you can't figure out the maze, then what the fuck can you do? But no, there's going to be some games. I swear I've just done this. I'm getting out of this fucking maze. There's going to be games coming out that are basically like Dark Souls of VR. And if you don't know fencing, or if you don't know how to defend yourself or attack with weapons, then there's no hope. You'll never beat them. Perhaps I should continue on the game, and I don't like these tower shields. All right, so here's okay. We'll go into back to shield fighting here. All right, so. I talked about the buckler, obviously, how you want it out here. But if you have a larger shield, it's called this rotella here. It's round shield. So you want to have this thing out, same way as the buckler. You don't want to. It's not going to be like this, obviously, but it's going to be out to the side. And the reason is for that, and the reason for the buckler is you want to work around this thing. You want to be able to work around this thing. You don't want to, we're not in the phalanx where we're just stabbing like this. We're actually, we're in combat where we want this close to the enemy. You want it maneuverable, but you also want to be able to work around it. This is a great move. If you have a shield, and you can stab from the other side of the shield by crossing your arms, or under the shield, over the shield. Cut. All types of stuff, as long as it's out here. If it's here, if you're going to fight like this, you're just constricting yourself, basically. You're going to hit your own thing. You're going to stop your swings. It's not going to work. So keep your thing out here. I mean, yeah, I guess you can still stop you out here, but then it makes a lot more sense when you swing this way that if your arm's out straight, that it follows your body. Right? And prance around like a sissy girl. anyone on the chat here, anyone watching here, send me a message. Let me know. I might switch games. I might change it up. I might keep going if people are watching. So let me know what to do. What to do. Might just go to the bathroom and keep playing this. What do you guys think? Jesu Domine, dona es requiem. Whack. Also check out that followers list, guys. Newest followers on Twitch get a shout out. Right now I'm at 27. I'm trying to get to 50. So right now, Warren the Warren, he's my best follower. He jumps in, he watches my videos, he comments on YouTube, stuff like that. So he is His Majesty, His esteemed Majesty. But you can achieve that as well if you support the channel. And that goes hand. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and I shall be back. Need to fix my frock and I'm good. Yes. One level lower in the dungeon. My girlfriend's texting me. I should probably respond. Can't talk. Anyway, so apologies to my fair lady if she's out there listening. If she sees this, I'm deeply sorry, but I have skeleton skill. Alright, so I've done enough with the two double weapon stuff. Let me go with the two-handed sword here. Let's see. I'll keep the scimitar on my side. Well, I'll use a Harry Potter wand. Yes, I'll use Harry Potter's magic and as a parrying dagger, in case I need to something. Alright. So yeah, honestly, if you wanted to, let's get rid of some of this shit. Get out of here, get out of here. Yes, wooden buckler. No. I like the squares. Got enough daggers I don't need to Casablanca. Alright. Enough. Alright, so yeah, honestly, if you wanted to play, I honestly thought about doing a build in this game where you'd be kind of like a battle mage, where you can basically have a two-handed weapon, and you could be doing your thing, and then you could cast. I don't have any spells, but you can cast magic. Hold on to your sword, do some shit. You can also do kind of a like this would be my parrying dagger, pretty much. I use it the same way, except I would have magic on this wand. So parry it. You could, Wingardium Leviosa. All right, quite enough. Move back. There we go. So yeah, one way you could use the two-handed weapon is kind of like those ribbon cuts, like I was saying, up, down, and you can switch your feet. So try this out. Start in your iron gate, up, down, and switch your feet without stepping forward. You can of course step forward. Then you're gonna smack your monitor. Anytime you could step forward, you can actually switch your feet in VR. So if you're here, you go here. So you can kind of do this X. So practice this out. And yeah, the Germans fight like this. The Bolognese fight like this. So you want to keep your point forward. What I suggest, if you have a two-handed weapon, a two-handed sword, is you stay in the iron gate. Because look at this. This defends your entire body, even over this direction. You can move this. So basically, this is your one defense. And if you see it coming low, you got to cross your arms, obviously. But even over here, you'd have to cross your arms. But I suggest if you're fighting with a long sword or a two-handed sword, to be in the iron gate guard. So one of my favorite moves is just the pair up here. That's some close quarters. So downward stab. Everyone's just running up on me. So, okay. I'm trying to speak here. Alright, so in Porto de Ferro, if it's coming high, you have your defense here, but then you also have a follow-up step. It's pretty easy to just step forward, either in the game or in real life. And like this defense works really well. This basically defends your whole body. So you can come up here, you can do all this, but you can also do this. Especially if it's coming low, instead of crossing your arms, you can basically do one of these. I should have said that first, honestly. That's, I'm trying to make the parallel between what you do with the one-armed sword, the one-handed sword, and the two-handed sword. But you can realistically just bring the pommel up and keep this down here, and you can get everything down here as well. So this is an archer, so just hit him with a series of ribbon cuts and get used to doing this stab. So when you do the stab, Alright, well this will work well for demonstration purposes. So, basically, the way you want to block and stab is you want to throw your front arm, your right hand out far here, and then you want to kind of manipulate your backhand. Well, this sword is massive. So that creates kind of a stabbing motion, and I didn't really move this front hand too far. I'm throwing this backhand up, and it creates a defense. It also creates kind of a drilling motion. So this is traveling a lot higher. It's creating the defense and creating the drill. The drill. Technique. So these Zweihanders, I guess people use them like this. You can honestly use them like a freaking, like this is how I should use a Warhammer. See if I can get a little closer. Alright, so this is how you'd use a Warhammer. Alright, I'm going to use this Zweihander like a Warhammer. The murder stroke. Doesn't have the same feel. Yeah, basically with the Warhammer you have your step forward, your standard strike. You want to be basically up here. You can even step backwards, strike. So any forward strike you're going to basically be turning into the Porta di Ferro version of holding your Warhammer. Nobody wants to see that. Then you also have the bottom. Too many archers. This is getting ridiculous. Stop shooting me! Somehow they both died? So with the Warhammer or something like this, you want to basically parry with your shaft. Whether that's coming low or high. You basically have all your parrying going on here, and then you can obviously do your strikes that way. Dude, was he breathing? Was that skeleton breathing? Alright. The Zweihander Warhammer. Sounds like a German road. Strasse. And then if he's... Oh! Usually Warhammers have... They usually have a spike at the bottom and a spike at the top. This is not... It doesn't really do anything. That's bludgeoning, but... So notice how I... okay. So notice how... So this is your main guard. The Warhammer or something like this, you basically have your Kodalunga or your long tail, and you're able to parry this way, strike by turning into Porta di Ferro. When you're in Porta di Ferro, you can do this almost the spear parry. You can go like that if it's high, or if it's low, you can go like that and swing your bottom around. So you're mostly going to be fighting like this. You're going to be parrying, you strike. If someone's coming up your upper right, upper left gate, you do that. If someone's coming your low gate, you could basically do one of that. Or if they're coming from the other side, I guess is what I'm saying. This is obviously easy. In this guard, you can just do that. I guess you can even do that, but what I'm trying to get you to realize is once you're in, this is a hammer, not a two-handed sword. Once you're in Porta di Ferro, in order to get back, you would basically kind of move that bottom shaft around. And this creates the defense upon your legs. Pop! So we strike, parry, strike, parry, strike, strike. You get creative, you just gotta. And this is obviously not a Warhammer. This is a Zweihander. And also, if you want to parry when you're in this position, you can just swing. You just gotta swing it. And it causes death and destruction in its wake. You can't really. I mean, if you're pairing with a Warhammer, you're just going to blow right through. I've got 2 viewers right now. Please comment if you think this is stupid, or if I should continue using the two-headed Zweihander as the one-headed. It's starting to feel a little stupid, but I'm going to keep it going until someone tells me no. That's how I live my life. Alright. I wish they had Warhammers again. And go. Wait. Should be down a little closer. Maybe I'll switch to the spear in a second. See, that was that parry I was talking about. Strike, parry back. Oh. Well, there goes that. Alright, I'm going to at least take out those guys. Let's see where we're at. We're at 139. Okay. I'm not going to go over 2 hours with the stream, but I will avenge my own death. I will buy more shit. Damn. Dying is expensive. Quite taxing. Alright. 2 viewers out there. What do you guys want to see? We got, I can do 2 weapons fighting, 1 in each hand. I'm open to suggestions, whatever you guys think. I'm going to go, for now, I'm going to go axe in the left hand and I guess my other broadsword or whatever is back by my body. So I'm going to use this shittier one. And that's one thing I don't like about this game, is that whenever it's realistic. I do like that. That's not a bad pairing tool on your left side. But when it's your right side, you're just trying to pick up something and swing. doesn't really work as well. You have to almost like do one of these and drop it. I don't really like it, but I don't think Bolognese actually taught how to fight with a one-handed axe, so I'm just drawing on what I know about weapons. Okay, so these things do have some, they need to be penetrated. Penetration, crime. Crime, penetration. Alright. Oh, some magic on you. Is that a bomb? Oh, these are bombs. He's got a bomb in him. He's gonna blow up when he dies? Oh. Shit. It's going badly for me. Oh no! I was trying to create a portal. I did not have to walk back all the way to my body. Hey. Alright guys. Alright, let's see what we got up. Let's see what we can do. I've got a legendary bow. I don't want to lose that, but well, it's just asking to be taken, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna parry the shit out of these guys and grab my original stuff, which I think is gone. I think my original shit is gone. Or at least back at my... It'll come back next time I play the game, but... I shall sneak. I'm a sneaky son of a bitch. Alright, there they are, there they are. Let's see what these things have in store. Oh! An arming sword. Whatever that is. Alright, I am glad that I found a level 27 arming sword. I'm going to hold on to that. Alright, I'm going to do some sword and dagger here. And you shall see my extravagant moves to get my shit back that I don't much care for. And drink ale. Lone viewer out there, have you liked my Twitch channel yet? Have you liked my YouTube? Subscribed or whatever they say. Alright. Avast! The Iron Gate! He's gonna explode now. I was right. There's the X parry. Alright, you son of a bitch. You know what, let's go sword and buckler. Alright, so long tail is great for the buckler because it's closer to your enemy. You basically want to track where their sword is with your buckler. And your sword, you know. Pretend the buckler wasn't there. If you missed, it's pretty small. It's actually only really meant to protect your hands. You want to think about that, like your other hand's basically like a, you know, it's got a shield on it. So, but you can work around it. It doesn't get in the way. So this is the iron gate with the buckler. It's the same kind of thing. Oh, that was coming low. I should have done this. Back. With any shield you can do, you can basically stab all around this thing. What? What you want? Another thing, instead of turning it over, especially if your dominant hand is backwards, you can do this. You just rise, do a rising strike, followed by a descending strike. That would cut his arm clean off if he was a real person, not just a skeleton warrior. Oh! So from here, I would just come back down on that same line, or you can come around from the side. Or just stab him. Or you can actually, I guess, I don't know. I'm just talking, I'm fucking this guy up though. He's really strong. Now I'm in the iron gate. Long tail. Anytime my dominant shoulder is backwards and the long tail, deflect, step forward, stab into iron gate. Back to least. Weak. Alright, you know what? I'm going to take this guy without a buckler. As that block and turn it low, or, oh! Watch the sword hand. Anytime you have your point downwards, you can obviously turn it upwards. Oh, that was clean through his chest cavity. Oh, and I just sliced the heck out of him. That was a good battle, I will say. He held his own against me. I am the victor. Alright, so now we got some better stuff going on. Let's get rid of some of these lesser claymores. Yes. Alright, yep. I'm probably gonna stop for the night, guys. Grab this. Unequip those. Yeah, this is basically like pretty much like a parrying dagger. It just doesn't have a guard and quillion or whatever. And I thought that was my body. My body must be in here. I don't know. It's in there. Yes. I hear the sound of... Oh yeah. Let's finish it off with the Warhammer, shall we? Yeah. We shall not. I must have been like low health. Despicable. Let me just briefly speak about bows. I don't really use bows in this game at all. But I will say, if you want to, this is basically a parrying weapon in your left hand. Same way as any shield would be, or any offhanded weapon. You basically have the ability to parry with this thing. And the other thing is, I would say that as far as this goes down, it doesn't go very low. So this is almost, I'd almost tell you to go out like this. I just don't fight with these much. You can draw. You can draw and use it at the same time. So you'd be fighting, and then just shoot him right in the face, even at close range. Block, block. Maybe I'll fight with the bow a little bit. Let me grab my body. I'll just portal just in case. I'm not going to get too goofy with it. But we are coming up on a couple minutes left of a 2-hour stream. I might as well. I'm going to fight with the bow. First, let me get my shit. I don't suggest using the bow against goblins, although from long range. See what I'm saying? You can just be like up in their face. You can have the bow ready, and then if they come, oh, ah. Let me parry you. These things don't work great for parrying, to be honest. You gonna blow up? That's kind of messed up. Alright, let me put this silly thing away. Alright. I see I have one person tuning in left for the end of the stream. What shall I do? Would you like to see the bow? Would you like to see anything else? We got about 5 minutes left here. Right. We're going bow. I guess I'll take that. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Oh, that's where it came from. Tally-ho! Again, if you guys are watching the stream, watching this on YouTube, please give me a follow, give me a subscribe. You know, any Twitch followers tonight that I've gained are going to be added to the esteemed or the exalted list. Nicholas, bring him down. Alright, I'm going to try to pair with this thing and stab him with this arrow. It does work. See that? I don't know. I don't like the bows in this game. You really can't get a good parry off with them. And that was just a monstrous display of poor judgment and work, so I'm just going to go ahead and hang myself. Finish the stream off. Thank you for watching Lost in Character. Please follow me on Twitch and YouTube, and stay tuned for more martial arts and sword fighting and mockery and quite comedic relief and such. Anyway, I hope you have a better night than I did. See you guys on the next one.